What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Robeytech. Today, it's gonna be a fun build. It's not gonna be an overly complicated build. One thing I did wanna go ahead and jump in and say absolutely right away from the beginning was, it was absolutely a driver issue once we played with it a little bit more. It took a while to actually, so somebody made a comment in the comments for the YouTube video, and they were like, why didn't you sit there and completely work through the whole issue? And I was like, do you know how long it takes to like DDU and everything? I was like, man, there's time, and then there's time, you know what I mean? And so somewhat being respectful, but I mean, like, we did troubleshoot and figure the issue all the way down to like where it was, right? Like the system was running and all that sort of stuff. And now it's had its B-roll. By the way, guys, we have Brian. Brian is here, he's live. And we actually have live camera now, so we'll be able to get up and get close to stuff. So you guys will actually get, yeah, now you can get that full up the nose. That's just what you want, right? The up the nose. But we have the full nose and all that sort of stuff. So we actually have a full camera now, all that sort of stuff. So you guys will be able to see things. Everybody was like immediately like, no. Anyway, okay, so point being is that we have full camera and all that sort of stuff. So now we can, as we do building, you guys will be able to see a whole lot more of the build. Really excited about that, as well as you guys know, we are working towards being in the studio. Brian is very excited about that. He's sick of sunlight. That's the thing that he's like, he's ready to get rid of more than anything. He's like, I want no more sun. I want control of lighting at all moments. And I'm like, okay, I'm in for it. I'm here for it. So, but really what we wanted to do is elevate the quality of the video and make the live streams and the remakes of the live streams just way better. So this should be really fun. So now we have a new human. We actually have a human shooting on set. It's really funny, Brian. So I was watching this video yesterday. I know many people probably don't know this, but I'm a huge aviation head, just like I am a car head. And so I was looking one at the Cirrus SR22, which is it's a plane I've been looking at. I've been investigating potentially doing my private pilot's license, and you guys will hear more about that tomorrow when an amazing video drops tomorrow for Falcon Northwest, and we went bonkers for this video. But when I was looking at this guy was like really excited. He was like, we now have a professional video guy. And I was like, you need to fire that guy, because the video was like not very well shot. So hopefully we're doing it better than that. So it'll be a little bit better. But all in all, it's always much more fun when we do stuff live. Figment, by the way, huge congratulations to Figment. 30th, is it 30th wedding anniversary? Maybe it was 20th. I'm trying not to make you older than you actually are, but she just celebrated her big wedding anniversary, so that's a huge one for her. So congratulations and all that sort of stuff. So should be a cool episode today. Not an overly complicated build. This is part of our budget build series. So the one we have one coming up for the 5060 Ti. We have one coming up for the 9070 XT. And so we're definitely going to be working on more and more budget builds and stuff like that, to make sure that things just, so you guys get like the least expensive version that we can of these particular builds using the new GPUs as they come live. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and jump in and talk about the parts we're gonna put inside of this beautiful Fractal Pop Air. Probably one of my favorite budget build cases all in, just given how much it comes with and how inexpensive it is. Obviously, minus tariffs every day. We don't know what it's going to be. So this might be a $2,500 million build by next week, but who knows? But let's go ahead and talk about the parts we're going to put inside of it, and then we'll get started and get done with the build. Starting with the CPU, we're using the Ryzen 5 7600. The cool thing, the reason I do AMD, specifically for the budget builds, and Tom and I were just talking about this right before the show, is specifically because of the fact that this has so much of an upgrade path. The rumor is that Intel, specifically 1851, will be a one generation. That's not confirmed, but again, it makes it really hard for you to recommend a CPU or a motherboard, you know, for a budget build that doesn't have some longevity. And so one of the things I do appreciate about the Ryzen, specifically ecosystem right now, is that you're good till 2027, and that may even get extended beyond that. I mean, they're still making chips for AM4 at this point in time, which is actually pretty crazy. So Ryzen 5 7600. The cool thing is that if you're watching this build and you're like, Robey, I want to go a little bit further or anything like that, you can absolutely do that if you wanted to. Specifically, if you wanted to do something like, you know, a 7600 8600X or a 9600X, or going up to a 9800X 3D to pair with the 5070. You could do that if you wanted to, and all of those will work in the motherboard combinations and stuff that we're showing today. Speaking of motherboard, it's making another debut. We use this MOBO a lot. This is the ASUS TUF Gaming B650 Plus. It's kind of the tried and true. It's one of those things that's just so good from the standpoint of features versus, oh wow, this is when you have, he's like, get that out of the way. The Ryzen 5, the good thing about this is that there's a good benefit in terms of just price to features. The one thing I also like about it is a lot of times, the thing that I've seen a lot of improvements on ASUS is their Armory crate has gotten way lighter. It's now all moved to their driver system, which is just like a web page that you can download things off of, which is nice. Yeah, it's just, I see a lot of stuff from AMD. And the one thing is, like I said, price is good. One of the things you might see us do in future versions of these budget builds is we might go to the B850, just because the addition, especially with the 5070 or some of these newer GPUs, some of the games, I mean, like Oblivion, the Oblivion remaster was like what, like freaking 140 gigabytes? That's so ridiculous. So anyway, just having the option for faster Wi-Fi is always like just a really good solid option. So that is our motherboard. Okay, let's talk about RAM and storage here. So we're gonna be using, this one's a new one. This is a new one for us. This is the NV3 from Kingston. The cool thing about this is it's 6,000 mega transfer. It's a 2 terabytes. So you're still getting all the speed you need. Absolutely happy with these drives. And then again, 2 terabytes, just given just how big games are getting. I just feel like this is just going to make it a whole lot better with actually having the NV3. So 2 terabytes, which is actually really awesome, and should give you lots of longevity. Again, the whole total cost of this entire build is $1,350 with MSRP prices, of course. But again, all of this is subject to change just based on where you are. I know Canada's a little bit more expensive. The United States, who knows where things kind of sit right now. But that was as of the time of when we kind of put all this thing together, was about $1,350. Okay. So let's throw the PSU in here so I have something to lay the RAM on. Haha, big surprise. The ASUS TUF Gaming 750 watt gold PSU. Main reason I do this is a couple things. One, because of the cables in this PSU, the cool thing is that you don't have to necessarily worry about extensions. They actually almost have that extension level quality. So using some zip ties and stuff like that, saves you from having to spend $20 to $30 on extensions, and you have some cables that actually look really, really nice. The other thing too is that at 750 watts, you basically can do a 5070, a 5070 Ti. If you were thinking about, hey, Robey, I'm going to go ahead and I might want to do something a little bit more powerful, like a 5080 in the future, whatever it was, just go up to 850 watts and you're essentially going to be good to go. Because the jump from there is actually pretty substantial, because the 5090, even though people say recommendation is 1,000 watts, I'll be honest, 1,200 watts just seems a whole lot safer for a 5090. But 850 will get you a 5080. That's 1440p gaming for a long, long time. And even 9070 XT, which there's 9070 XTs that use both the PCI connections and the 16-pin connections, which is really good. Can hang while I'm here at the work. Catch y'all. Oh, Woodward! That sucks. Woodward's out. I have a B450M and 2400G system. Some are looking to change that and still running fine. Hey, that's the thing. Shogun, a lot of people say, Robey, is my PC good enough? Yeah, your PC's good enough as long as it continues to do the games that it needs to do. There is no need to upgrade until you get to the point where you actually need to upgrade. Like something that you're doing requires additional upgrades. So, okay, let's throw RAM in here now that we have a wall to put it in. We have G.Skill Trident Z5. This is their Ripjaw M5 Neo RGB. This is a nice kit. It's Expo, which is nice. You can always tell that because it has the Neo in the language. Neo means that it's AMD specific. New kit. We actually haven't done these. A lot of what we do is we do the G.Skill Trident. This is their Ripjaw stuff, and this is their new. So this is making a little bit of a debut here on Robeytech. For cooling, it's optional. It's optional. I'll tell you what. If you wanted to save a little bit money, you could. But dude, I'll tell you right now, Thermalright stuff is so inexpensive. It really just kind of almost feels like it used to be inexpensive. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen some of the stuff, like some of this stuff has jumped by literally almost 50%. And obviously that makes sense given where this stuff comes from. But I've seen the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 is now 150, almost 160 bucks versus like the Fantex and stuff like that. And same thing with the Thermalright Assassins have actually jumped up pretty heavily in price, obviously given where they're coming from. Hopefully this is something that goes down and isn't a big issue. But in terms of where it was at the time, nice, you know, $15, $20 cooler. Can definitely do a better job, be more silent, and it'll keep your temperatures a little bit better. And if you wanted to go up to like a 9600X or something like that, you could potentially do that. But we just wanted something a little bit nicer than the stock cooler. Honestly, the AMD stock cooler is probably one of the nicest ones out there, outside of the new ones with the Core Ultra. And so this is a completely optional upgrade. If you want to save a little bit of money, you absolutely could. Robey, what's the highest difference between the RGB and non-RGB these days? Honestly, it's like $1.50. Well, it used to be. I don't know if we got a price check on this right now. I don't remember what this is, but it was like literally before, it was like $1.50, the difference between the RGB and non-RGB version of this specific cooler. Okay, and then the last thing, obviously, is our 5070. Which this case, we're going to use the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070. This is the Founders Edition version of this card. Simplest one in terms of installation, unboxing, all that sort of stuff. If you were able to get one of the other ones, like the more standard ones, like the, like something from Zotac, there's plenty of MSRP cards for these ones, and they seem to be getting easier and easier to get a hold of, just in terms of the support and stuff like that. So. Anyway, that is all of the parts we're putting in here today, just making sure. So all this stuff is going to go inside of this case right here, and that's the full build. So it's the Elite Cardboard Edition. Shame still works good. Let's see what else. Any other questions? But is it possible in the future I decide to start playing modern games? Would it be a big issue? Still cheap for me in Australia. Okay, so that's the thing. In every country but the US can be a little bit more expensive for sure. So if you want to get less expensive, I just jumped over to static for you. But yeah, if you wanted to get less expensive, you absolutely could. Oh, did you actually lose your connection? Oh wow, that's funny. Yeah, so I know not that long ago there was a large jump in number of these cards that have come into stock I know there was a big Micro Center, Best Buy, and all those other ones too. So, and the GPU I got for use ruined, so maybe just another year I'm thinking of selling it or trading it. What GPU should I get if I were going to buy a new one without downgrading? Yuri, I missed the first part of that question. By the way, BBM McDaniel, Frozan, Landsworth, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, and Figment for 12 months at Tier 1. Thank you very much. 23 months total. Also issues in stock today. Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, Nintendo. Who bought a Nintendo Switch 2? The 5070 has, I think, 12. Yeah, it's 12 gigs of VRAM. Yeah, I don't think it's 16. I think 16 is the 5080. Hey, Jimmy Kabox, thank you for the Tier 3 sub. So, I know a lot of who was excited. The thing is, you know what stopped me from getting a Switch 2. Did you get a Switch 2? I want to. He wants to, but he didn't pre-order one. They're sold out already. But for me, it was the Steam Deck. Like, I know that the Steam Deck was one of those ones that, like, I used it so much, so I don't know if I actually will do a Switch 2. I know some people are really excited about it, like playing 4K Zelda. What do you think?
I'm interested in the magnetic part of all of it.
Okay, so the physical. I will say that the handicap game that they have where you get a roll and play handicap. So the thing is, it actually works like a mouse. So there's actually some pretty cool stuff. I watched a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I mean, it'll probably be one of those things. I'll probably get it after it comes out. But, maybe I'll just buy it on eBay from the scalpers. People love it when you do that, right? Yeah. Yeah, everything's going up. Yeah. So I know people are excited, and I know people are excited, and I will do the right thing and buy it from a scalper, because that's what you guys want me to do, right? Isn't that the thing we do? Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get this stuff off here, and let's get the build started. Raise your hand if you want me to get it from a scalper. How much do you think it's gonna go? 12 gig is still fine for 1440p gaming. So 12.8 seems to be a place where things are starting to fail. I do feel like 12 is going to be fine for 1440p. The other thing too that's going to be super interesting, and I don't know if this is going to be We'll have to see what devs do. I mean, there's a lot of things that NVIDIA has put out there, and they're trying to prove this to things with like Half-Life 2 and some of the games that are coming out in the future, where they can do some AI-specific stuff that actually reduces the amount of VRAM. If you watch their Computex-specific presentations, they were talking about reducing VRAM usage by up to half. And it's supposed to help with the overall optimization of gaming, etc., right? The interesting thing will be is like post the Doom era, obviously Doom May 5th, and that one's been like in its final, usually for gaming, we're in our final like RC for 6 to 7 months, right? And in terms of engine changes, you're usually about a year out. So games that are coming out mid next year might be the first of these things where we might see this stuff go in there. Honestly, the thing that gets so hard is I feel like so much of the culture that we have is just really wants to revolve around the doom and gloom of whatever it is that is there. So whether that be VRAM or, you know, it's like I think the total reported issues for the NVIDIA thing was like 6. Right, 6 people out of I don't know how many GPUs that got sold, and then nobody was even bashing on AMD for doing the same thing on many of their Sapphire cards and stuff like that. I just feel like people glom to the negative. That's not to say that there aren't things to genuinely be concerned about. Like I think buying an 8 gig card for modern, especially cinematic titles, is a very big issue, right? And I don't feel like devs are. I don't know if that's ever going to get there, but I think 12, 16, those sort of things. I mean, like nobody like bashed on the B570. For basically having 12 gigs. So we'll see. Should I do DDU and it'll fix something? Thanks for your stream. And yes, DDU, a lot of times DDU should just be part of your default. Resetting Windows, DDU to do your drivers and stuff like that is always interesting. But predictions today. I don't have the audio, and with Kevin not here, so we'll just stick to the zip tie prediction, and that'll be kind of it today. Yeah. Yeah, 12 gigs seems to be fine. Okay, so let's drop down. Let's start top down, and let's start doing the thing. I'm sorry, I'm used to just controlling the camera. So if you, we'll probably have we'll have some fights for the cameras here from time to time. So if he does that, he does that. So yeah, if you might just see quick things as we start getting them. Yeah, Spork, we did a step-by-step for the budget build that just came out a couple weeks ago for the budget one, and that used the B580. And then today, for those who don't know, we released the ultimate step-by-step guide for all-up gaming. And the cool thing about that video, actually, I'm gonna take a second here. I'm gonna go to static for a second, and I'm just gonna take a second here. If you guys check this out, so if you go to Robeytech.com. You go to Robeytech.com, we have these new videos, and they're called step-by-steps. And so you'll see that there's actually 2 of them. There's a step-by-step budget, and then there's a step-by-step gaming one. If you click on the gaming one and the other one here, so here's the actual video here, which, I mean, if you watch these things, I'm gonna turn it down, but like if you watch these things, like the way that we show you how to do the installations, like especially for like, here's an overview of actually like connecting the motherboard and stuff like that. When you plug them in, right, like we show you everything in terms of plugging in and doing the step-by-step. But the cool thing about these as well is that not only do they have the parts, but they show all of the performance for those builds. And then they also give you options that you can still follow the step-by-step guide, and then you can see the different prices. So you can go 9950X 3D all the way to a 9700X. You can choose different RAM, different storage, different GPUs, and all of these work with this guide. So instead of it being just one price, you can kind of pick and choose your parts and then use this ridiculously awesome step-by-step guide to actually do the build. And honestly, man, we spent a ton of time making this video as awesome as possible. So you can go over to youtube.com/Robeytech, watch that video. I think it's gonna do very, very well, and it'll really help you if you're looking to build a PC build. Have a build that suits your needs, your budget, and you'll feel super confident building it from beginning to end, which is pretty cool. Was that a real brick wall? No, unfortunately, we did a really good job. We have some incredible talented camera folks. Obviously, you have Brian, who's our creative director, all up. He's the one who's filming here today, and then we have Deb, who you've seen to do a lot of our shoots too. So that was actually Deb who shot that one, and then Brian shoots. Actually, he shot our first step-by-step PC build. That was like 2.4 million views or whatever it was. So yeah, it's been crazy. Anyway, not a real brick wall. And go to top down. Yeah, there we go. It says it's on top down, but it's not. Okay, there you got control. Okay, there we go. So we're now in top down. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. I got my zoomer right here, and let's go ahead and get this CPU installed. But yeah, I'm glad that you thought. I mean, have you watched it? Did you watch the video yet, DJ Techno? I mean, I thought it was really, really, really awesome. So. Yeah, that's the, so I mean, I'm very proud of how well it came out, which is cool. Okay, so let's get our CPU installed now. And then I will do thermal paste art today. I promised you guys. I know I didn't do it last time. We'll definitely do some thermal paste art and all that sort of stuff today. So we'll definitely do that. Thank you for reminding me because last time I didn't do it. Okay, so there we go. That's open. The video is good, Araxnus. It is Spork, and it is still a great CPU. Okay, so let's do our thermal paste art right now, just to get it started. Let's see, what are we gonna draw today, guys? What are we gonna draw today? Okay, let's get this going up here. Okay, it feels like a pretty good amount of stuff. Let's get it flattened out here.
I feel like you need a Bob Ross wig.
Oh, I probably should get a Bob. Ooh, that would be a good idea. We should probably order one. So every time we do this, do Bob Ross. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so here we go. It's all in there. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm gonna make sure it's our palette's got to be super clean here. Needs a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so I think because this is Brian's first live show on Robeytech Live, I think Brian should be in the thermal paste art today. So we're gonna draw Brian, guys. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have he's got his round face. There we go. Oh, this is good already. He's got his spiky hair. Oh, look at that. It looks just like him already. And he's got his camera. There's his camera right there, and he's filming us, guys. He's got a big smile on his face, and he's got glasses. Okay, looks just like him. But then little do you know, there's gremlins! Gremlins are here, and they kill him. Ah! And he's bleeding out of his ear because the gremlins are getting him. And but now Brent's he's not smiling, he's screaming. He's screaming at the gremlins that are like angry, and look, they have big teeth. They're like, ah! So anyway, poor Brian got killed on his first episode. And then there was an asteroid. No, the asteroid, that would just be overkill. That'd be overkill if he got killed by an asteroid too. Gremlins singing carols to Brian. That was a sad moment. Yeah, that was a sad moment. We lost Brian. Can we get an F in the chat, guys? Brian died. Can we get an F in the chat? So anyway, there it is. It looks so good from that angle, Brian. I'm sorry that we lost Brian. I mean, that's amazing. It looks just like you. I think the hair is really what got it across, I think.
That's some voodoo.
Okay, let's get our cooler and our RAM. Let's get our RAM installed first and our NVMe. So we're gonna pop this out right now. Ugh. Okay. So now we're gonna zoom out a bit. There we go. Oh, he's got it controlled now. Okay, cool. That's even better. I'm gonna grab this one right here.
Do we always want the picture of the tree measurement?
I don't know.
In the way of it.
Okay, so you're saying no. Okay, so let's get rid of, so this is where he's doing control right on the thing all the time, which is awesome. So let's go to this, no. This, no, oops. I don't even know what that was. Just turned off a lot of stuff though. And boom. Oh, not that one. Where is the one that, oh, it's this one. There we go. Cool. All right, here we go. I'm doing good, Gear Wrench. Thank you very much. I'm doing very good. Just working here, working on video, getting stuff installed. Brian just got killed by an asteroid, but we're mourning his loss. Blondie says, all the love to Brian. He lasted a whole 25 minutes. We go through creative directors like we go through underwear. I think we're gonna have to just keep giving you a new name so people really think that you passed away during the. And today it's Brianna. Gremlins have union jobs. That's true. That is. I actually don't even know what that means. Like, could you imagine if like horror people have like horror monsters have union jobs? It's like Monsters Incorporated.
Monsters Guild.
Monsters, yeah. How you doing, Christoph? It's been a long time. Is the PC fixed from last time? It was actually the driver. Once I reverted back to an older driver, everything was fine. So, and at first I thought it might have been the issue. I thought might have been the overlay. Like I thought the overlay, but it was actually a driver issue. So everything is fine. It was a driver issue. Thermal Paste Brian is no longer with us, but the real Brian is. Is he? Oh wait, no, you guys can see that the camera works. So we have a robot. But yeah, it was actually a driver issue. And then the other person who Sergeant Nobody actually got his card, and he had tested with the new driver issue on the exact same card we were using that day too. So anyway, should be fine. I have an older GPU on driver. On this one already. Okay, guys, time to get our RAM in. This is the new Rip Job, which looks a lot like G-Skill Triton Z, a little bit less, maybe like dip for the RGB and stuff like that. But it looks very G-Skill Triton anyway. But yeah, no, this is not G-Skill Triton. This is Rip Job. Ooh, that was good, crunchy sounding. Sounded like it shouldn't have sounded that way. That actually sounded really bad. Okay, there we go. RAM is in. Okay, last part, guys. Time to bury Brian forever, and then we'll use our new Robeytech knife. Whoosh. There it is. Oh, here we go. The Robeytech. This is actually a cool giveaway. I mean, sorry, that somebody had made, which was actually, well, I don't know. Okay, hold still. He says, don't be terrible. There we go. So yeah, then that cool Robeytech knife that we got, which is actually super cool, that somebody actually made on stream, which is actually pretty rad. So yeah, let's use it to get things open. It's very sharp. The thing was, Brian actually made me a Robeytech knife, and then my brother-in-law lost it, which does not make me happy. At least that's the story I'm sticking with. Okay, this one done. All right, open this up. I have not installed this cooler before. This is a first for me. Okay, so this is another thermal right cooler. So inside we have this looks familiar. This is our standard RGB fan. Oh, I was like, why am I not getting any chat? No, I'm getting plenty of chat. I'm just not clicking on new messages. There we go. There it is. I do not know what steel it is. It's steel. It's steel. I don't know anything about steel. So Christoph, yes, I DDU'd and reinstalled the driver. And it was sad. You know, the thing that's so funny is ooh, ow. Man, that was like, it wasn't that. It's just, this doesn't feel good. Like holding this, it feels weird. Here, just hold that. Here, hold that. You know, like holding it just feels, yeah, it feels like strange. I don't know why, but like holding it like gave me like heebie-jeebies. Like just with kind of how it's being held. So I don't know.
Sensory overload.
Yeah, it's like sensory. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. It's like sensory overload. Overload, not overlord. Okay, let's do the peel here on the bottom. So yeah, we did the DDU. And then the sad thing was that once we got it all fixed, and it was like, and then it went in for decommission, right? Because it's literally just getting taken apart. But I wanted to make sure it wasn't some issue with the GPU or something. Okay, so we're gonna grab the AM5 ones here. Oh, nice. I like it. Did it give you chills? Wait for it. Yep, chills. It gave me chills. I don't know. It just felt weird. That's all. Okay, so here's our clip thing here. Oh, they gave you brown thermal paste. So here's our clips. I don't need this. This is Intel. Now the question is, how does this go on? The other thing that does matter. So AM4, it looks like it goes, oh, on the side. They look like it's the same, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll make it go this way. Okay, cool. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're gonna grab the WoW stick. Okay, here we go. Get our little attachment undone here, our extra little bracket. Get that undone. A little WoW stick moment there. There we go. I'm gonna put these in here. Okay, so now what we do is you put these down. Just like that. And then this is a little bit different than their other one. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's supposed to, whoa. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, let's go ahead and go. Yeah, there we go. So we'll set her down there. So it's going to go like this, which is pretty crazy. It's a little bit, the bracket is like just wide enough. Oh, no, yeah, it's gonna have to go like this. I've never seen like a partial bracket installation here. Interesting. I've never installed this cooler before, so it doesn't, it's just not quite enough of a bracket to cover the whole thing, but just go like this and interesting. That's unique. Okay, we'll do the same one with this one. Yeah, you guys got a little WoW stick action today. Are you guys feeling blessed? Chris 177777A, thank you very much for the sub. 30 months at tier 3, dude. Thank you very much. From Jimmy. What spatula does Robeytech use? I think we use a Thermalright spatula. I think Tom has a link for it. There we go. Okay, cool. So there's that. That's installed. Okay, next step here, guys. So we just take this. We're just gonna center it right in the center there, just like that. And then just use the stick here. And what I have a tendency to do is tighten both sides like 5 times, and switch over to the other side and do it again. So Christoph, so here's the thing. I've been using a 5090 since it launched for gaming. I played 2.5 hours of Oblivion on it yesterday. No issues whatsoever. Yes, there are driver issues, and they've already done a patch. Sergeant Nobody, there's a number of people who use 50 series. It's unique. It has not typically been a problem, but I mean, there is no better card right now than the RTX 5090 in terms of both just raw power for gaming and everything else. So, will this cooler be okay with the 9950X3D? No. With the 9950X3D, you could use the Thermalright Peerless Assassin. That one would work okay. It still would be a little bit warm, but you definitely are going to want a bigger cooler. Ideally, I'd say for a 9950X3D, you might want to consider using an AIO, just because there's more there. So, but yes, you could use a Peerless Assassin, and that would be okay. My friend got a 5090 and had the paste or glue seep out. What brand? It is not a big difference from a 4090. It just gives you access to MFG. Well, I mean, it's a bigger difference than you. I mean, it is. Okay, it depends, right? It's like what, 15%? Wasn't that what it was? It was 15%. No, for 14900K, this would not work as a cooler for 14900K at all. Chicken curry, yes, we'll be doing another SFF build soon. We have a couple SFF cases coming. Yes, and a Titan 360 with on a 9950X would be fine. So I'd say, like, look at our review. Our review shows you the difference between a 5090 and a 4090, and it will change just as the hardware and the drivers mature. And then again, it's up to you if MFG, like for me, playing Cyberpunk 2077 at 4K at 200 and something plus frames per second with everything turned on because it's 60, it's got a base frame rate that's really healthy, is really good, is worth it. So it really comes down to whether you're going to need MFG, and if you have games that are on your 4090 that aren't quite running at the level you want them to. That's really what it comes down to. I don't think the need is just, it's so user specific, if that makes sense. That is weird. Oh wow, Figment, I have never heard of that. That's terrible. Okay guys, so now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna work on this. We're gonna do some cable management here. So we're gonna we only have one RGB thing. We might have two, but I think we have two RGB headers. Oh yeah, so we can do, so we'll do that. Scroll it down a little bit. Yeah, top down is fine. Showing our connections here. And then we're gonna work on our, oops, it would help if I was doing it the right way. There we go. Okay, let's see what we can do here to make this look good. So we want this actually the shortness looks okay. And I can scoot this underneath. So what I'm gonna do here, use one zip tie. No shit, it was an Asus card, which is crazy. Lord Lucifer, for a 9070 XT, you could do a 5070 Ti as another option, but 9070 XT is a great card. So, whatever you get the best price, I think the good thing is you have options, which is awesome. It's always a good thing to actually now have options. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just shoving this back underneath here so we have cable management here. Okay, I'm gonna move this out so I can move this over a little bit. There we go. So I'm just trying to minimize the amount of cables you see, which is my favorite thing to do. There we go. Cool, now we only see, you know, and Brian's showing you, all you can really see is the two cables right there, right? What we did is we tucked the other ones under, you know, which you can't see, so those are nice underneath there now. So I'll zoom in there. It's always the trick getting it to focus in the right place, but you can see they're just kind of tucked underneath there now, which makes it a little bit easier just in terms of the cable management and stuff like that, so you don't see anything. And then now, you know, the crazy thing about when you have a build at this level is that, and you're doing an air cooler, is you're like, yeah, you're already 60% done with this build because the air cooler is, you know, essentially replacing all the work that you essentially did on an AIO. So, okay, let's get this out of the way. And now it's time, guys, to get the case. What did I just knock over?
Your magnetic strip.
No! magnetic strip. All right. Okay, so now it's time to get the case set here. So first thing we're gonna do is pull out this thing right here. Get that out of the way. And then go to the side here. And then there's 2 screws. I lost my magnet. Yeah, I gotta check that out, Figment. Okay, so we got that now. Now we're gonna go to the back side. Grab this right here. Okay, wow. I had to use strong finger strength.
Almost had to call Brenda.
Yeah, I almost had to call Brent. Okay, what I'm gonna do here, let's throw this right here. So that way you don't lose that. Okay. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab down here. Oh, well, before we do this, let's go over here. There we go. So there's that. All right, so now, also down here, beautiful little peel here. Boom. And then now we can go down to the bottom and pull this, oh, another peel. Okay, almost got all the peels there. Very appealing. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is go and grab this. So here's our screws and all that stuff. There we go. Perfect. Get that out of the way. Okay, and then now what we can do is let's go ahead and get our Mobo in, and then we'll work on our cables and all that sort of stuff. So, Mobo's down. Here we go. We go to top down here. Okay, sorry. I will. I need to. I just need to let it go. Okay. Okay, so he's gonna follow me. There we go. Zooming in here. We're just literally gonna. And there's a little peg right there in the center, and then boom, just like that, your Mobo is installed. And the good thing is it all looks really good. What do you guys think? Looks good, right? Seeing what else there. I like that Texas Hoss. It was a good joke. Good joke. Looks like I need to hydrate, so I'm gonna do my hydrate real quick. Okay. Yep. There we go. Okay. So let's get our screws now. I'm guessing it's this one. There's a 50-50 chance I'm right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 8 screws here. There's 9 motherboard screws, so that's probably not right. Okay. It's like, I hate that, like the roulette you have to play for screws, because you're like, and this, I left the, you could look at the manual. That would be the right thing to do. My manual is not close. So let's go from here. So we're gonna take our Mobo screws here. Did I guess correctly? I think so. I think that's right. Feels like it's right. Yeah, it looks nice, right? With the top on there like that. Okay, it's holding like it's right. I think we chose the right screws, guys. I did it! I chose the right screws. Can we celebrate? Can we get some celebration in chat? Okay, let me ask you this really. Do you guys, Cy Swan, thank you for the sub. What do you guys think of the additional camera? Better for the stream, worse for the stream? Let's be honest. What do you guys think? And if you say the wrong thing, it'll hurt Brian's feeling. But the other thing too is like, I just want to know. Okay, everybody's saying love it. Okay. But you guys can be honest. I won't let him read the chat. Everybody says better. Better. Okay, good. Okay, good. There's no going back. Brian's stuck with this forever, even though he was killed by gremlins.
Until I start doing close-ups of your ear and
Yeah, then she's like, I'm definitely out. There was an addition. You guys did it. Literally, people did not notice. You guys are crazy. So, okay, here we go. This is like, just to show you, there is a live camera person here now, right? So that's the thing, is like now you actually have live camera work. So when we do shots and things like that, you're getting way more zoomed in. The Roam cam is not the same frame rate. It should be. I don't know. We'll have to see what the other cameras are set to. That's interesting. More nose cam shots. That's what Blondie really wants, is she wants more nose cam shots. Okay, I'm sorry. Move this out of your way because I got to be able to see the screw here. Yeah, so it's just we're now be able, like when we're doing cable management, there's never gonna be a place where now you guys won't be able to see what I'm doing. That's what we've added. But you guys didn't notice? I'm seeing 30 frames per second on live cam, it's 24 in the room. Okay, so.
I'm on 24.
He's on 24, yeah. So good catch. Robey's gonna do shots. Wrong kind of shots, guys. I don't know, would it be better, you think, Brian, to go to 24, or for us just to do like all the cameras to go to 24 or whatever? He's playing around with it while we do the okay, so we got all of our screws in now, and okay, now is the time to start routing cables here. Ugh, so let's unzip all these and go from there. Okay, going to top down here. Okay, so we're gonna get this. He's playing with the camera, guys, but this is where it's gonna be the most helpful, is when you start routing all these cables and stuff, because this is where I feel like you guys don't get to see everything. Wasn't that a Digital Underground song, No Nose Cams? I don't think so. So it is going to our recorder. Yes, there is actually a recorder in between. So, but it's good. I mean, somebody noticed. I would not have noticed. Huh? No. Let's go to the Hobbit movie frame rate. Dude, 60 FPS. Okay. Okay, so this is 30 now. It's at 30 now, guys. Okay, so now we're gonna pull it out here. Okay, so we're gonna pull these out, and then now we're gonna start getting them routed. Oops, but we're gonna connect all of our RGB together. So we'll do that while we're here. 120. Yeah, that's just nuts. There we go. Soon we'll actually get 4K streaming on YouTube, guys. I mean, on Twitch, which is gonna be cool. I think you can already do 4K on YouTube. I'm excited. Man, dude, how many twisty ties they put on this thing? So many blooming twisty ties. Okay, finally have all the things. Okay. Okay, we've used one zip tie so far, guys. Okay, so now we're gonna move all of this out. And then we want to have all of these ready to go. Okay, that's all out. Okay, so these are all our things we got to daisy chain together. Okay, so we're going to take these and this. I think there's 3. Okay, there's the third one. Okay, so this is going to go up. So this might make most sense for this one to be the one that we go. Okay, so we're going to take these. There we go. We'll take this one right there. Okay, so there's all of our, just making sure nothing else is all tangled up. This is gonna go, I'm gonna take this, literally just gonna run this one right up here, because this is gonna go for our, that's all our RGB. Okay, so these are our fans now. Get all these zip tied and daisy chained together. And I can run this also up here. Okay, so there's that. There's all of our fans. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, okay, we got this up. Okay, so now we're gonna start working on our, so this is our USB 3. If I'm not mistaken, this is gonna go right in here, right here, guys. So it'll come right through that mid loop right there. It's gonna go right there. Next one, guys, we have our USB, oh no, we're gonna do HD audio. So this is our HD audio cable right here. So you can see that. So there it is right there. And then we're gonna actually have that one come up right over here in the bottom. We're gonna have this one come up right here. So there's our HD audio cable. Next one we have right here is it's our single front panel connection. This is our single front panel right here. And this one's gonna come up right here in the front, just right here. So that'll be all of the cables. And then the last one that you actually have that you don't have to worry about, there's a single SATA cable back here. So this single SATA cable is just gonna sit down in the PSU shroud. You can actually look right through the hole down there. And it's just gonna sit down here. So there it is right there at the bottom, just chilling. So it's just gonna sit down there. Now, if I look correctly, all my cables should be in the right place. Okay, so let's go and lay this down. Trying to hold all this the right way. I'm just gonna lay it down and go to top down, and then we'll connect all these up. Oh. Okay, so starting at the very top up here, and I'll zoom way in so you guys can see this stuff. Starting at the top up here, we're gonna take our daisy chained, basically these are our daisy chained RGB. It's just gonna plug in right here. And there we go. So there's that. Then we're gonna take all of our daisy chain fans. This is all our case fans. There's a fan header right here at the top, and that's actually a sys fan header. So we're gonna put that one right up here at the top. There it is right there, okay. There's all that. And then down here at the side, we're gonna take our USB 3.2. There's a little divot on here, so you see that little divot? That's gonna line up with the little divot on the actual connection right there. So what we're gonna do is just gonna plug that in just like that. It goes in only one way, so there's that. And then down here at the bottom, that's as close as I can get, right? Yeah. Down at the bottom is our front panel. And then what you're gonna do is from the top 2 pins, you're just gonna count 2 over, and that's where this is gonna plug in. So just count 2 over from here, and that's where your front panel connection is gonna go. And then we're gonna zip over here to the left side. And this is gonna be your HD audio cable, and this is gonna plug in right over the HD audio. Okay, so let's pull this up now, and then we'll do a tour with Brian, so you can show all that stuff again. Clearing. Pull all these cables down. Okay, so Brian, starting in the top here, up here at the very, very top, up here. So that one right there, that's gonna be your RGB. Next to that one right there at the very top is your fan header, so that's gonna be right there. Then you have your USB 3.2, that's right here. So that's the one that's right there that we talked about, the divot, that's that one. And then down here at the bottom, the very bottom right here, we actually have our single power switch, which is 2 pins over on this one. And then over here in the far right, we actually have our HD audio. So that's all of the connections that we have for this build. Now what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna essentially cable manage all of this, which now looks like a little bit of a mess. I'm gonna cable manage this, and then go from there. Okay, so now, this is where we literally wanna make things look good. This always takes a little bit of time, but it's fun. This is emotionally supportive time. It's actually proven that people who cable manage are 150% more successful at the things that really matter to them. Science, guys, it's science. Just so you know. Dude, I remember Molex fans. Those were not my favorite. Okay, Okay, so we're gonna do one group here, because this is all the stuff coming out of the top here. The first zip tie is just here at the top to keep all this stuff kind of centered. Oh. There we go. Okay, now, same thing with this one. I just want to make sure this stays down, but also stays at a good place. Oh. Zip ties are over here. Citation needed. It's from the U.S. Journal of Computer Science in the country of Yemen. It's very hard to find, but it was fact-checked by 7 sources. Yeah. It was fact-checked by Gremlins.
The ones that killed Brian.
Yeah, the ones that killed Brian. They fact-checked it because he was trying to leak their information. Yeah, thank you. He's like, okay. He takes it as, he's like, that sounds credible. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, guys, is we're gonna try and get all of our RGB into like this nice little, right now it looks like a giant mess, but it won't. Well, I hope not by the end. Okay. I want this to not be that long. I want this to stay down below. Okay. Yeah, that's it, Robeytech. That's right, the source was Robeytech. And that's like, why would Robeytech lie? You know what I mean? I mean, why would Robeytech lie?
Robeytech, yeah. Where you at? You're a feline human hybrid who's mostly cat. You can see him sitting there near a stack of fans. Likes to cuddle with the zip tie man.
Oh, wait for the top down. There was like a whole dance moment. He ruined it. He was like, well, you know, if we communicated a little bit more, that would be helpful. Oh, they have a petting Robeytech emoji. Oh, I didn't know they had a petting Robeytech emoji. That's new. Guys, I would not pet Robeytech. He's probably pretty feral. If you see a real-life Robeytech, do not pet him. I cannot promise that you will have all your hands when it's all said and done.
Do people even know that there's a Robey kitten?
No, I didn't even know there was a Robey. What was Robey kitten? Oh, I didn't even know there was a Robey kitten. But it still has normal Robeytech face. It's not me as a okay. So it's just a midget Robeytech. There's like a mini Robeytech. Like if you can't manage full-blown Robeytech, there's a smaller version that you might be able to manage. But in all cases, Robeytech is terrifying. Okay, what we're working on up here that is not going well, guys, is me trying to get this to look somewhat decent, and it's not working. But I'm also trying to make sure that this how do I do this is the question. There we go. I think I would probably want to do fans separately, and then we'll do, there you go. Let's do fans separately and then work on fans first, and then we'll work on the RGB here. This song. I don't understand this song. Shove the case aside. That's not what you do. I think it's a lot about just creating like clumps of cables. This one, I'm just like, the first one I'm gonna take control of is just the fan cables, which is fine. There we go. There's all of our fans, and then we can actually put this RGB up here too. Okay. There we go. Almost got them all. There we go. Okay. I don't know how I grabbed two. Get the butterfly part of it done. There we go. So there's all of our fans already in one place, so it makes it easy. Okay. The zip tie. Okay, right there. There you go. Now we're getting it cleaned up. Okay. There we go, guys. We're getting control now. Magic is happening. Okay. That is not an important cable. Okay, and then what we'll do here, there we go, just like that. And we'll hide these zip ties underneath that. There we go. There we go. And this one is gonna go, just need to make sure this gets taut. There we go. Make sure that this cable's being weird. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, one more right there. Okay, and then this is going to go down here. Probably just bring this around and have it like go up, which would be great. We'll do this here. There we go. We're almost done, guys, with the zip tying here. There we go. One more right down here. Two more, and I have exactly 2 more zip ties from this little batch that I had right here. There we go. There we go. That kind of cleans up all of the cables. We use that little bottom screw there to just kind of hold it up. There we go. Okay, now there's all our stuff. Now we'll just go ahead and snip, 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 snip. Okay, cool. There's all of our heavier cable management done. Then we can just kind of put these down. And there we go. Oh, I forgot one. Snip. Okay, how's that look, guys? So if all our RGB and fan cables in one place, those cans, you can't, those fans are out there. You can't see any fans coming through there. We just have our single connection there. And then now you have a clean and cable managed look. And from the other side, we also have a, ooh. That'll look good. Everything else here looks nice and clean. Everything looks good. Cool. Okay. So, guys, like we literally have our GPU and our PSU and we're done. That was like the thing. So let's get our GPU in. Our very nice 5070 Ti now. There we go. Here we go. Boom. Nice little small tiny card. Take that out. So we need 2 slots yet. Apparently not smart enough to put this, oh, gotta put it in the right way. Okay, got one in. All right. There we go. Okay, let's go to remove these 2 here. Should be able to see that pretty well. There we go. Take those 2 out. Okay, here we go. Beautiful 5070. Ooh, Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, in. There you go. It's a pretty small card, you know? What did it, oh, there it is. In terms of it doesn't take up a lot of room like the some of the bigger cards. Let's grab the microfiber. It's got a little dirty on it. It does look good in here, especially when we have the whole build all done. Nice little dainty card. Okay, now is the time, gentlemen, ladies, to put in our PSU. Oh, 750 watt, love the cables in this. Hey, Zenmu, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, man. That's a huge thank you very much for that. Okay, here we go. Pull this stuff out. It does, Lord Lucifer, you're not wrong. It does kind of look like it's just meant for this build, right? Okay, let's do this peel here. There we go. Boom. Okay, there's our peel. Okay, now we're gonna take our cables out because we will have to worry about SATA on this build. Grab some zip ties out of here. Have some more. Perfect. Grab our 4 screws that we need. There's the 4 right there. Okay, so 4 cables we need. Bag. We're gonna put a little slot in the top up here. There we go. Okay, so cables we'll need this is our 24 pins. We'll definitely need the 24 pins. We'll take that cable. And this one literally is labeled, it says on it, it'll say PSU and then it'll have 24 pins. So this is the big 24 pin. And this is what I love about these cables is again, very, very malleable cables. So there's our 24 pin. We'll need 1 SATA cable because there's SATA for the overall RGB for the whole case. So there's our SATA right there. We'll need our 16 pin or 24 or 12 plus 4, depending on how you call it. So this is for, if you're using you just want to make sure you're using an NVIDIA or AMD GPU that uses this. This is the connection you'll need. One thing that's really love about these is that they're rated for, you know, great wattage, which is the thing I appreciate. And that was something JJ talked about when he was here last time. And then the last thing we need is our CPU one. Not Molex. That's not it. There it is, CPU. Put those away, put that back in there. So you can get taken, because this build gets taken apart, and then what you're gonna do is and this is the one that says CPU, and again, literally labeled PSU, and then there's also, it says CPU, and you also know CPU because it's actually split here at the top, right? So you can actually split it for a 4-pin or whatever it was, but that's the CPU cable. We have all of our cables now. Get this put away. I have everything I need, from what I can tell. Yep. There's our 4 screws, our PSU. Okay, so now to plug it in. Okay, so first one, we'll have our 24 pin. It's gonna go right here. There you go. There's our 24 pin plugged in, okay. Next one we're gonna do is our CPU. Literally plugging into the CPI, it says CPU PCIe, so I'm gonna plug it in right there. Next one we're gonna do is our SATA, which there's 3-pin ones that are right here. These all only plug in one way, so there's our SATA right there. And the last thing we're gonna plug in is our 24-pin or our 16-pin. That's gonna go one place, it's literally labeled. Just make sure it goes in all the way. There we go. Okay, cool. There's all of our cables. So now, to set it in, so fan down just like this. And if you cable manage, it shouldn't be too hard. Just like that. Okay, and then we'll make sure the screws line up. Just like that. Now what we're gonna do is use our screw connection, our screwdriver, and then you wanna just start them. You don't want to keep them going. You just want to get them started. Like I said, don't tighten them all the way down. Just get them started so that way they don't, because sometimes if you screw them all the way down, the PSU will move and then you won't be able to get them all in. There you go. And once you have them all started, use the wow stick. Wow stick. And there you go. Boom. Okay, all screwed in. Now it's time to route all these cables. Okay, so first one we're gonna do is to our 24-pin. So that's gonna come in. 24 pins just gonna come in right up here at the top, just like that. So it's gonna come in right there. Then you're gonna see the one that says CPU. That's gonna go right up here in this corner, right up here. Okay, then you're gonna take your 16 pin. I think there's, yeah, and it's gonna come right there. Sorry, 12 plus your 16 pin or your 12 plus power pin. That's gonna come out right there. And then that is all of the cables. So now what we're gonna do is just plug them in here. Starting with our one here. There you go, just like that. And up here at the top. There you go, just like that, right there at the top, right there. And then for the 16 pin, this is it's gonna have to curve a little. It just goes right like that and off to the side. Just like that. Okay, cool, so there's all of our cables. Okay, so now what I gotta do, just want to make sure these are really taut. So I'm pulling them taut, and then I'm going to, in the back here, see what I'm doing here. So I'm pulling them taut, and then I'm using that tautness to get these to stay. Because you just want to make sure that these cables look good. So just getting that right angle in there. The rest of the ones, I'm not worried about. And this one I'm not too worried about either. Okay, so now we can finish cable managing, but I just want to make sure that looks really solid. Okay, so let's finish cable managing now. Okay, zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole build. There you go. It is actually, you can actually stick a DVD-ROM or something down there at the bottom. Yes, that is actually, this case is actually capable of having a CD or 5¼ inch drive at the bottom. Or it actually has a little drive, so you could stick like extra cables or covers or stuff like that as well. But yes, it actually does have the room for a 5¼ inch drive, which is one of the rare cases that you actually see something like that. Am I right?
Floppy disk.
Yeah, for your floppy disks, your zip drives. Oh, Falcon's here. What's up, buddy? And by the way, guys, if you get a Falcon Northwest system, a Talon today, you get a free 5¼ inch drive, floppy drive. Just use code RTech at checkout for your free 5¼ inch drive. And it has a single 256 color image of Kelt Reeves. That better be real. We're back ordered on 5¼ inch drives, ETA uncertain. There we go. I feel like he's just trying to hold out on not letting people have awesome 5¼ inch drives for their zip disks. I wonder what the going rate is of a 5¼ inch drive right now. I wanted to like go pick one up on eBay. How much is a 5¼ inch floppy drive? And can I still get returned to Zork on floppy? Okay, we gotta just plug this in down here. There we go. It's okay to be enthusiastic about sailing, just don't go overboard. That's a good one. I like that one. Okay, let's sit there and make this cable look good. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yep. There we go. That there for a minute. Oh no. I had it, and then there you go. There you go. There we go. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be successful. I did it. There we go. Getting that just looking. Okay, cool. Boom, boom, oops. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Oh, one more. There we go. And there's all of our cable management. Let's fix this front and then we're good. There we go. Okay. This is just to make sure that this looks nice and straight. And there we go, guys. The build is done. Looks clean, simple, right? Like nothing too crazy. Not bad for 1,350 bucks. Oh. And there we go. Okay, so let's get the case back together here. Oh, dad joke, okay. We got a dad joke, okay. Put this together and then we'll read one before we. Okay. There we go. Throw our little tray in here. So this little tray goes right in the front here. Where the 5 1/4 inch drive could go. There you go, you cover it up with this. Nice little storage thing. Throw our back panel on. Throw our little, there we go. And because we didn't have to slam and cram. Boom. Just like that, guys. There's our completed PC. Pretty simple, nice, simple, clean. Never seen a PC with a built-in ashtray. Yeah, I don't know if you should do that. That just seems like it gets sucked inside of the PC there. Let's not do that. Okay, let's look at dad joke real quick. And then we'll do our CDK deals, turn it on, get the lighting done, say goodbye to Brian, and then do our benchmarking. Okay, how do you tell it's a dogwood tree? How do you tell it's a dogwood tree? By the bark, guys, by the bark. Of course, by the bark. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Let's run our stuff real quick. Let's get all this moved out of the way. Oh, let's count our zip ties real quick. Sorry, got to do that. There we go. Boom, boom. Getting all of our tools out of the way. Okay, zip tie count. Here we go. Brian, we're gonna go do it over here. How many zip ties did we use? Here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure I counted to 5 there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's 5. There's 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 23, guys. 23. It's odd today. 23 zip ties today. There we go. 23 zip ties. And there we go. Okay, so next up, will it post? after last stream, maybe. Okay. Okay, let's pull and check out our. So, you finish with the PC like this, and it's time to basically put on a copy of Windows. Well, here at VIP-CDKdeals.com, you can pick up copies of Windows instead of it being like $125 or $150 like it is over at Best Buy. You can pick up something here at VIP-CDKdeals.com for as little as, here's Windows 11 Pro for $32.45. But if you click on that, hit Buy Now, and use code RBCK at checkout, hit Apply. What was $32.45 drops all the way down to, $22.71, which is a pretty significant savings. The other thing that they have, which I actually appreciate, is Office 365. And here it is right here. Here's 365. Here's 5 devices. Usually this is a couple $100 a year, 200, almost $280 a year. But here at VIP-CDK Deals, you can get 5 PCs for $45.97. Same thing. Hit Buy Now. Use code RBCK at checkout. And what was $45.97 drops all the way down to $32.18, guys. So literally saving you a ton of money. These are OEM keys, so as long as you don't upgrade or you don't change your motherboard, for the most part, it will go as you do upgrades for PCs. But even then, you'd have to buy almost 5 of these to make up for one purchase if you're going to get it over at Best Buy or someplace like that. So check it out, VIP-CDKdeals.com. You have a ton of people here in chat who've used this a lot. So if you have questions, just please ask in chat. Outside of that, guys, let's get this PC turned on. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Dr. McNugget for 15 months, tier 2. Blade of Ice, not Blade Office. I've said that name wrong so many times. Prime, 34 months. Do the Drew, one in Dad Jokes, 28 months at tier 1. Then we have Zemu, who not that long ago actually did who gave some gifted subs, guys. So thank you very much for all the support. It's good to be back. It's good to be back and good to be doing more awesome streams and stuff like that. The other two, real quick, don't forget, we did just release, and we just put a note about this, our step-by-step guide. So we've got 2 different ones. We've got a budget step-by-step, which these things really do an incredible job. This shows you, this PC right here is just at $1,000. Here's all the performance for you. And then you can use these different parts in that step-by-step guide. If you want to improve it or make it less expensive, you definitely have the option. And then we also just today released the regular step-by-step. This one's just for a standard gaming PC. This one actually has a ton of variety here. Not only do you put in these parts and here's the performance, but also look, you can go all the way up to a 9950X3D. You can do all these different types of RAM, all these types of SSDs, all these different types of GPUs, both AMD and also NVIDIA. And the whole thing walks you through it like in crazy detail. So like here you can see right here, here's for the motherboard, as we're doing the different parts right here, showing you how to do the front panels, the amount of detail we go through. We actually show you how to do it, what it looks like when you connect them with zoomed in shots, all that sort of stuff. So you can easily and confidently get through your build without any issues. And like I said, any one of these parts down here will work with this step-by-step guide, including how to install both NVIDIA and also AMD GPUs. So that just came out today. If you guys, and he added tools as well. So good job to Tom for obviously putting that website together for the step-by-step, which makes it way more ultimate, and it lets you do all sorts of things. Do the Drew, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Sergeant Nobody, 10 gifted subs as well. Starting up one of those hype trainee thingies. Hey, look, Falcon, you get to see a hype trainee thingy. But again, helps you choose based on your budget, so you can do it less expensive or more expensive, and really a lot of attention to detail, and Deb did an amazing job with the shoot and edit for this as well. So really cool really, really cool videos that just came out. So wanted to highlight those as well. Don't you think those are worth highlighting, Brian? He's like, yes. And then.
No more and then.
No more and then. Okay. Okay, so let's get this plugged in now. Thank you very much for all of your guys' hype trains. Asu's here. Coming to check out another, we just got finished using their PSU and their motherboard in this one. So, and then you guys are gonna want to tune in for the, 9070 XT build because we're gonna be using the tough B850 in that one. Okay, let's get these plugged in here. Ugh. Faith makes a way. Thank you for the Prime sub. Guys, level 5 hype train. Wow, it's been a long time since we've actually seen something that high, which is awesome. Thank you. The Falcon flight video goes up tomorrow. The Falcon flight, I am so excited about this video. Brian, it is c'est magnifique. If Brian were alive right now, he would be super excited about it. Hey, by the way, Kelt, Brian's here. So he's here shooting it live now. All of our shows are now live with a live person. Well, I'm live too, but he's the undead. He might have left. Maybe Kelt was like, I'm coming for 1 minute. Hey, thank you for the 245 bits. Did we lose Kelt? We must have. He was like, the moment you said 5 1/4 inch drives and we're promising people things, I'm out. Okay. Oh yeah, it's gonna be, I'm so excited. Okay, so there it is. We got our Azoth and our Harp, I think it's Harp, Ace Edition. Harp A? You think it's Harp or Harp A? I wonder, yeah, I'm gonna get told here in a minute, but okay, there it is. Okay, Harp. Okay, here it is, guys. Did it post? 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. It is lit up and beautiful. Look at that. What color you guys think? Lazy Soy, thank you very much for the sub. Yeah, it looks really good, right? We'll get a little bit more front view there. That looks really good. Okay, let's see if it posts. It says it's posted. That's weird. Can I plug this in all the way? I might need to restart it. Hold on. There we go. Do. Still doing its thing. Red, white. It's going through. Dr. McNugget, 1 gifted sub. Thank you very much, sir. It says it's posted. Oh, please don't tell me. Are we having a... I'm not seeing anything. It says it's posted. That's the crazy thing is. It says it's posted. It's done. Okay, I'm gonna reboot one more time. It is posting. Oh, wait a minute. No, is the GPU on? I don't see any light. It's not lit up. Oh, well, I might. Oh, okay, so it is post, but it doesn't look like the GPU's actually on. So I'm gonna see what's going on there. Okay, so it is posted, but it doesn't look like the GPU is actually lit. So let me check what's going on here. Maybe I didn't plug it in all the way, so I'm gonna check my seating here. Okay, re-plug that in. Check my bottom one. It did post. It just was posting to the wrong graphics thing. Just gonna make sure and not plug this in all the way, which does happen. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's good. Let's see what's going on there. It's like all the gremlins recently. That GPU is not lit up at all. Oh. That's interesting. I wonder if I've got a DOA 5070. The issue yesterday was actually a driver issue. But that should be lit up. I think it lights up. Yeah, because it's showing posted. I think we might actually have a, I'm gonna check. Let's reseat it real quick. Just because, never had, we're just gonna have all sorts of issues, guys. Luckily we have another F5070 FE. Let's see what happens here. No, it's okay. I don't know actually know where it's at. I gotta find it. What the? Uh-oh. Come on. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's just try and reseat it one more time. Okay. There we go. We'll just plug it in and turn it on, see if we get power and light. And if the fans spin at all. I'm gonna check the blinker fluid, guys. It's a good call. Okay. Okay, the fan spun. Okay, so the fans are spinning, so it's definitely getting power. Just check. Not yet, not yet. Well, it says it's, I'm gonna try and restart. Definitely has power, but I might just try a different GPU. Oh, okay, so I actually have video. Okay, so I'm in, the GPU works. Okay, it's just not coming through the HDMI right now, but we'll check that here in a sec. Let's get it in. It is on, so we can have Brian actually show as best he can. It's around the corner. Yeah. So you can actually see there, it is actually posted. So let's go in real quick. He's gonna have to do Mr. Regular. So it is here. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember I don't remember if the 5070 has a light. I think it does, right? But I have to go back and look at our video. I don't remember. Okay, let's let it post. Okay, so it is, oh, there it goes. So it's now showing up there. So now you guys can actually see it in the capture. So it is showing up there. Don't know what happened, why. Okay. Okay, and now we're loaded. Okay, so we're in. All right, so we're in. Everything looks like it's good. Everything's good there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is let's first get the color. Let's get a nice, pretty color on this. So I do actually like the Aura Sync. Okay, Aura Effects, we'll select all here. Let's do Starry Night, I always like. And we'll do background, we'll do like a, let's do a purple. Let's add a little NVIDIA flare in there and do a green. Ooh, how does that look? Ooh, I like that. There we go, Brian. A little Aurora Borealis look for you there. Okay, and then we'll go to roaming, and then you can just kind of show it off. So there's our final build, guys, all lit up, everything ready to go. Oh, I should plug in the internet connection one here. There we go, guys. Final build. There we go. What do you guys think, huh? Let's do our, oh, yeah, and then we'll, yeah, that looks really good. Okay, let's do our peel. Finish out this build, and then we'll do our thermals and all that sort of stuff. Okay, let's get this on the glass on so we can do our thermal testing. There we go. I do like the way that build looks. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Nice slow. Boom. There you go. And I love the front fans actually look really good. Like the whole thing with the purple and the blue just looks really, really good. Look at that. What do you guys think? Nice little, eh? Oh, well, there you go. That's good to know. It's just text. So the comment guy, that is the 750 watt gold tough PSU. Absolutely love that PSU. And guys, we're gonna say goodbye to Brian, who's now we're gonna go to the second part of our show, which is pretty much just us basically doing our copying and our thermal testing and all that sort of stuff. So got to make sure that that's good and good to go there. And so everybody say bye to Brian because he's gonna take off. We don't have to use him anymore. And I love how it comes in there and how it really looks. Yeah. Yeah, they are. The Switch 2 is apparently sold out. Yeah. Okay, so while we're doing this, let's go ahead and jump into capture here. And let's check our thermals first. Open up CPU ID while we're at it. Oh, this one's fine. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go to 10 minutes here. Just hit this and then hit start. There we go. Bring that up and boom. It looks like right now our CPU, not that I expect this to be an issue, but it's right now it's sitting at 77, 76. That'll probably be where it stays pretty much most of the time, 75, 76, as it kind of keeps the temps nice and cool as it right there, which is no problem. Bring the system up a little bit more so you guys can see the system too. Oh. Yeah, I heard that like the whole thing, like the pre-order process for this thing was, the pre-order process for this was not fun for the, there you go, guys. Yeah, air cooler's doing fine, and it's almost near silent in terms of the loudness, right? Because the loudness is just not loud. So yeah, no problems with temps right here, 75, 76, no issues whatsoever. And again, those Fractal, those fans just do a great job of just giving the GPU the air that they essentially need, which is always good. And again, 76, but again, if you wanted to, the cool thing about this is that you could go up to, and you know, if you wanted to, especially if you wanted to do a Thermalright, a higher end cooler, if you check out the budget build stream that we did, the budget build step by step, it'll show you how to do that step by step installation. I know we actually caught all that as well on today's stream as well, but if you wanted to do a different AIO and you were still eyeing this build, you could absolutely do that. But again, we're pretty much cutting out, I just want to make sure, yeah, okay, so we're pretty much topping out at 75, 76, so no issues whatsoever. Let's take a look at thermals on GPU. Go ahead and bring up the, so we'll go to 1440p, 2560 by 1440p. I'm not updating my drive. Okay, graphics. Okay, so we're there. Okay, there we go. There obviously is a new driver, which we're not going to download. NVIDIA overlay. Okay. Okay, let's open that. Okay, let's go to statistics. We're going to go ahead and turn on advanced view. Obviously we had no frame rate, but you can see the stuff up there, and then you can see up here, there's our GPU temp right there. So let's go ahead and run this at 1440p. So there you go up there, 65, 66. And now you can actually see our temps there. Oh, Arabian Night, I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you checked. We worked really hard on that. Yeah, it's just not, it's not the public one yet, so I'm waiting for that one to essentially come out. So here we are, 72, 73, so it's gonna warm up quite a bit, but again, I could actually set a curve, a fan curve, because right now the fan curve is not for GPU, it's just for CPU. But again, it's getting up there. It's like, you know, again, we probably will see it hit at about 76, but this is really, really kind of pushing the GPU temps right now. And so you can see what GPU temps are gonna be like when you're really kind of running it. You can see the GPU's running at 99%. And then temps are, you know, right where we kind of expect you to be, 74, 75. Looks like that's where it's gonna kind of sit. And should kind of sit around that rate, which is great. So 74, 75 for GPU temps. Okay, so let's let that go. Okay, let's check our gaming temps now. So we'll turn this off. Okay, and then let's go ahead and drive MSI Center. Just make sure this one's ready to go. Okay, we should have our OSD already ready. Let's go to library, let's check out Cyberpunk. Play this one, and then we'll just see what our CPU, our gaming temps are like. And again, if you guys go over, I don't think it's ready yet. I'm assuming it's not Tom, but today, later on today, this evening, if you go to Robeytech.com/budget builds, this build will have all of its tested scores and all that stuff will all be there as well. So we'll actually have a bunch of game scores and game performance scores. So if you want to get more information on that, if you're interested in this build, we have all of that, and we'll have that too. I don't know if is it there yet, Tom, or no? I'm assuming it's not. I think he said later tonight. He's working on them. Okay, so yeah, we'll if you're watching this post the live stream, then you'll actually see all of that stuff being shown on screen, and we'll just play some music and show you those charts real quick, and then it will have and then if you're watching it on the live stream, we'll jump over and show that stuff later. Okay, let's turn that down. Okay, so let's go to settings, we'll go to graphics. Let's see what this is like. We're just gonna do Ray Tracing Ultra. Transformer, we'll leave DLSS on, turn frame generation off. We'll keep everything kind of on. And let's see what well, actually, let's go to DLSS. Let's do off and just go to Ray Tracing Ultra. So I just want to see what off. So Ray Tracing's on, we'd keep path tracing off. And then Transformer is, path tracing's off. Okay, everything else here is good. Okay, let's just see what, this is raw 1440p. See what our performance is like. Yes, Araxis will for sure have it. And I actually have been playing it. The one thing is that it doesn't do cross save, which is kind of crazy. Go ahead, Dr. McNugget. So raw is looking at 43, 44 frames per second. So again, this is like raw. And again, gaming, you can look, temps are 70, 64 on our CPU, 70, 71 on our GPU, on our 77, 70 on our CPU, and then 71, 72 on our GPU, yeah. Dude, Turdog, it is so good. It doesn't seem to have cross save, which kind of sucks. So. I like it, Dr. McNugget. I was cleaning my counters and thought they were marble the whole time I was taking them for granite. So there we go, 50 frames per second, 45. Okay, so definitely, okay, so we go to just Ray Tracing Ultra now. Okay, and this is with this is with DLSS. That last setting was raw, yeah. What did you get, House of Tom? I was getting 44, 45. And this is 85 with DLSS. Oh no, mine had ray tracing though. Mine was with ray tracing. That was raw with ray tracing, Tom. So so that's raw with ray tracing. Without ray tracing, it'll run run way higher. The other game I'm really excited about, which I do have, is the, oh, maybe we'll show it. Let me see how big it is. Twitch all, not, it's not. I have Expedition 33. Really excited about that game. Let me see how big it is. Maybe we'll be able to pull that down real quick. So there we go, guys. 85 on that one. So there you go. And then again, temps were not an issue. The 7600 is running a little bit warmer, but nothing crazy. So there you go, 77, and then it was like 70 on the GPU too. Tom's busy. Look at it. There's Tom. There's proof Tom's literally doing benchmarking. Okay, so let's take a look. And then what I was talking about here, just showing you guys, if you go to robeytech.com. By the way, the website's getting way more it's way more information focused now. And you go to budget builds, and then here it is right here. Here at the bottom, like our other budget builds, like here's the 5070 Ti, this data will all be here soon. So you guys will be able to see all of the performance data for this build, just like you did for the other budget builds. So just so you know, he's working on it. So on top of having the stream here and all that stuff, you'll have all that other information as well. Okay, so I just got 30, let me look at this. Let me see how big it is. I don't know how, if maybe we can download it, we'll see. 33. Claire Obscura. Oh, it's only 42 gigs. We might be able to pull that. Let me see how this goes. Let's check this out. I want to play this game really bad. I'm very excited about this game. Now we're playing this tomorrow on Intel Live, but I thought maybe you'd get a sneak peek. This definitely looks like my kind of game. Yeah, this is not, yeah, their claims were interesting in terms of how they did that. By the way, Kai's dude, thank you very much for the sub as well, by the way. And Dr. McNugget, I already thanked you, I hope. Okay, so it's downloading. We'll see how fast it downloads. See if we can check out this game, because I'm excited about this game. It's downloading at 917 megs per second. Man, it is nice to have Araxnus here. Hey, look at that. Giving another gifted sub. Thank you, Dr. McNugget. Okay, let's throw this in here. So what do you guys think of the build while we're waiting for the install? How did we do? Did we do good? Did the build do good? Do we like how it looked and everything? It looks good, yeah? All in all, impressive, like not bad for 1,350 bucks. And you got a 5070 in here, which is nice. Yeah, no kidding, Turdog, right? Oh, it's really quiet. Christoph, the other build toasted too. It just had a driver issue. Like, did you see? We actually got it all working. It just had a driver issue. Dr. McNugget, no, we don't do anything. And the CDN for Steam, we've done 2.5 gig Ethernet, and it'll download above a gig, which is crazy. That's funny. I love that one. Did you know Stephen King has a son named Joe? I'm not joking, but he is. I like that joke. Oh, nice, Turdog. By the way, guys, I'm starting to get white GPUs, so don't worry, the beginning of white builds is coming back. So we'll have some white builds coming up soon. Okay. Just waiting for the download. It's almost done. Okay. It's almost there, guys. Just waiting. I want to check this game out. So Araxis, we got some stuff coming up with PNY very soon, and they are definitely going to be sending us. They're definitely going to be sending us stuff for sure. Okay. 30, it's at 35. It's got 39, guys. Cheeto dust, wow. Sorry, we're just watching it download. I could have gone offline already, but I wanted to show one more game. There you go. There's an air duster for you. Okay, it's almost done. Hey, it's ready. Okay, here we go, guys. Make sure. Tell me if. Make sure you can hear it. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see. Okay, everything there is good. I haven't played anything yet. Oops, I got rid of my chat. Can't see my chat. This game just came out yesterday? Yeah. I'm wondering because this is an older thing? I don't know. There it goes. Okay. It was just slow. It's running a benchmark. Can you guys hear? You guys hear it? DLSS. Okay, good. Just making sure. Okay, it's unlimited VSync, display mode, motion blur, disabled, film grain. I'm gonna keep everything else, anti-aliasing, everything else is good. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. This game just came out. I don't think it's loaded yet. I think that was a loading screen. Well, right now this is a cinematic, so it's not 30 FPS. Think for yourself.
If you're gonna give someone flowers, you should probably do it before they wither and die.
What, the flower? Or Sophie?
Ooh, dark. Sophie would approve. Hey, you said it, not me. The others are waiting for you. You're supposed to be helping with the festival.
With what? Putting up 3 tables? They'll manage.
You underestimate Lumiere's enthusiasm for the expedition. There's at least 5 tables.
Marvelous.
Have you tried throwing with your other arm instead? If you could hit the paintress directly, that would actually be useful.
You know, hobbies don't always have to be useful. I'm enjoying the uselessness of today and readying my usefulness for tomorrow. And soon, I'll get to do a lot more than throw rocks.
That's what all the other expeditions said.
Hey, 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 you know they gave their lives to lay the trail for us, right?
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what it is here in a minute. Think for yourself.
You still got a flower to give, no?
Yes. Yes. Just... I'm not sure how to start. After 4 years apart, what do I say to her on the day of her gamache?
You're asking me? I don't know. Sun's about to set, so be direct. Hey, Soph, been a while. Could we...
Okay, hopefully we'll get some movement here. Oh, this is a prologue. It feels like we're stuck at 60. Let me see what we got here. I don't remember seeing VSync. Oh, that's why. Okay. There you go.
Come on. You're not going to forget your flower here, are you? All right, let's go. I'll accompany you there. Are you ready to see her again?
Yeah. Been ready.
It's getting 75, 80 frames per second.
I set up these grapple shortcuts. Nice, huh? Don't tell your sister, though. I sort of borrowed the hooks from the Expedition Academy. Wish I had them when I was working as a courier. Come on, Gustav, speed up a bit. Sophie will have already gamaged by the time you've arrived.
My head.
This is a pretty game, right?
Can't believe Sophie already turned 33. She looks so much younger than you.
Thanks.
She's popular. I'm sure she already has a necklace full of flowers.
I can imagine.
Yeah, this seems to be running quite well. There's a lot of open draw distance too, so it's a good test.
What?
You look tense.
Yeah, yeah.
I know what you need. A little jewel.
No.
Come on, it'll loosen you up. You can't go and see Sophie all somber and tense. And if you win, I'll give you something you can use with your Lumina converter.
All right, you're on.
Yes!
Okay. Okay, so I'll show the settings after this. Okay. Wow. There's a lot going on there.
For those who come after.
That's pretty cool.
Now, don't you feel better? I see your smile. All right, now, let's go find Sophie. I saw her near the red and white tree.
Yeah.
That combat is fun.
Oh, the plaza is lively.
Oh, and then you wanted to see settings. So the settings are, graphics are DLSS with DLAA. It's unlimited display, and then everything, only motion blur. Everything else is at high and epic.
Why people like to celebrate the gommage is still a mystery to me, but oh well. The red and white tree. I've always found it beautiful. I don't really understand. You and Sophie broke
She's
up
really
so
fast.
long ago, but clearly you never got over her. Why'd you wait until today to say something? It's a bit late, isn't it?
This show, this is nice and like upper, very cheerful.
Sophie's down there.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck. I'll be here for you if things don't go as planned.
Thanks.
I love the art style.
The last few days meant everything.
It's all good. Think for yourself. That's why we show you.
Gustav, I love you all.
That's for your, if there's room.
There's always room.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm excited to see how this game, like the story is supposed to be really good,
You know,
And
I'm
it's-
and
sorry.
the art style is good.
I
You
miss
don't need to. Okay,
You go.
you.
You know how I feel? I wish things had been, you know, I often think another
You didn't
path,
finish the sentence
you know,
there.
Another future.
Still can't finish your sentences, can you?
Yeah, no kidding.
That hasn't changed.
Yeah, I would turn it on too.
I missed that.
I just want to show performance.
I never faulted you for wanting to believe. You're fighting to change things. I understand, just in a different world, right?
Yeah, this game is my
break the
kind of game,
cycle.
guys.
So she can't steal anyone else's future.
Stubborn people change the world. And you are the most stubborn person I know.
So I guess the people die at that age.
Thank you. Walk me to the harbor?
Yes.
There we go. He's cool looking. Yeah, I know what you mean. Think for yourself. And the reviews have been phenomenal for this game, so very excited to play it more. Okay. Feel like that's a good place. Got you guys some good information there and showed you guys the performance and all that sort of stuff. So, there it is, guys. A $1,350 build, $1,350 build. No, $1,350 build with an RTX 50, with an RTX. Hey, oh man, Trisha just rated me as we get to the end. $1,350 build. Yeah, here's the parts list for those who haven't seen who are checking it out. Welcome everybody from Trisha Hirschberger's stream. Amazing, amazing stream and individual. Here's what we built: AMD Ryzen 5 7600, an Asus TUF B650 plus Wi-Fi, NVIDIA GeForce RTX. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 Founders Edition, VP 4300. Actually, no, we didn't use that RAM. G-Skill Trident Z5 series. Oh yeah, sorry, 2 terabyte NVMe drive, but we actually ended up doing a different NVMe. We did a Kingston NV3. The RAM's wrong, but the case is right, and the air cooler's right, and the power supply right. So outside of that, it was good. So yeah, that is the build that we did today. Huge thank you so much to everybody for joining us. For those who are joining us from Trisha's stream, sorry you got us right at the end. I apologize for that, and sorry, but we're going offline too. Let's see. I don't know if there is somebody else, but let me see what we got. Let me see if anybody else is is worth streaming or rating. I'll re-rate Trisha. That's what we'll do. I think she's probably gone. Hold on. Let me see what I got here. Let's see what else we got. Maybe there's somebody else. Who am I following here? Let's go to Twitch here. Who else is online? Let me see. Let's see who we can possibly, because normally I would raid Trish. But she's like, oh, we could raid. Let's see. What do we got? I don't really. Nobody I know is. There's Brit. She's raiding. Yeah. No, I don't know if I have anybody here who I'd be okay with. So I'm going to say no, guys, and call it from here. But anyway, I wish I could pay it forward, but there's not anybody here that I don't know, like in terms of family friendly and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that is it for us. Huge shout out and thank you very much for everybody joining us today and being there. Cyberpower's online. Okay, let me see what they're doing. Maybe we'll go raid them. Hold on. If Cyberpower's online, we can check them. I don't follow them, so let's see. Cyberpower. Oh, come on. Power. Cyberpower is online. So I think I can raid them. Okay, so let's raid them. How do I raid them? Okay, let's raid. So we're gonna raid somebody, and we're gonna raid Cyberpower. Why not? Raid channel. Search Cyberpower. There we are, Cyberpower playing Elder Scrolls Oblivion. So if you want to check that out, and we'll go and raid them. Outside of that, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you guys on the next stream. Okay, 209 people, 273, 313, 334, and go.
Robeytech with the raid, oh my god. What up, y'all?
If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get.
Those of you watching on YouTube, we'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Oh my god. This is insane. Welcome in, everybody. Here I was having a jolly old time with like 6 people, and now all of a sudden there's 250 of you? Pressure's on.